Dear Diary, looking into the mirror has become more and more difficult in the last year, I must admit. I wonder why, in life, when things start to feel manageable, another challenge or demon rises from the depths of self to remind you your work is far from over. When I look into the mirror, into the eyes staring back at me, my reflection, I don't feel hate anymore, no. I do feel the hatred stored inside, created by others, directed at a source, wanting validation, wanting someone to feel their pain. Sometimes I wonder if caring for others is a curse in itself, to be quite honest. Storytellers feel everything, much like those with developed healing abilities, emotional intelligence with pure intent. Being a storyteller, we take in another person's story within us, especially if there are strings of energy connected between the individuals. The stronger the hold or bond, the more strings there are, all different colors, holding energies, memories too. Depending on the kind of bond, the strings could feel like an embrace, or they can feel like you're being squeezed tight, eventually cut open. You see, diary, when I look at myself in the mirror, I see the strings, every single one trying to cut through me. Some actually have, which is why when I look in the mirror, I also see my scars, all of them. For a storyteller, we create stories, which leads us down to what feels like inevitable corruption due to tapping into the records of fate. This is the price to pay for a gift storytellers usually don't ask for. I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for all these strings to be wrapped around me, trying to hurt me. Storytellers draw others in, creating a desire to be heard, want someone to hear their own story. I find it all incredibly ironic. We create stories, eventually falling to madness. We can also make others go mad, wanting to be heard, seen. In the end, everyone wants their story heard or told. It all connects to the grand purpose of it all. I can taste it when others wish to be heard, to feel wanted, loved. Please, oh please, I hear it all the time. Many times, even a single glance from a storyteller creates the energetic exchange, creates strings in one's energetic body, attaching like a virus unwanted. The magnetism of the storyteller's power overwhelms the senses, especially if one hasn't gone through the masquerade training. The desire to fight is strong within me, though. I feel it in my heart. I truly feel I will make it through this phase, this period of corruption. Many times I am reminded of the lack of success stories for storytellers once they start to show signs of the corruption. But I am not part of a statistic. I am me. I am a storyteller. I am enough, and I have enough within me to free myself from the hold of these strings. I have been fighting for so long. I almost feel the fight of all the others at the same time, pulling at me, at all the strings from my astral body, squeezing, cutting everything. I can feel it all. The last meeting with Mr. Jabberwocky proved to be frustrating, but I managed to get permission to go for a stroll outside. I was told, well, maybe some fresh air would help me see clearer, feel better. To be fair, the day was beautiful. I could see the clear skies, finding a sense of peace along the way. I walked past the gazebo, hoping to have caught another glimpse of the mysterious storyteller from that time. Honestly, I felt myself smiling at the thought, holding the blanket in my arms close to my chest, my heart. I shook my head, feeling my cheeks flush as I had made my way to an available spot to sit down, to sit in silence by the trees. The blanket is covered in stars, a pattern reminding me of the characters in my tarot deck, the characters that always speak to me, comfort me when I need it most. The pages are the most talkative of the royal court, especially the Page of Cups, always so friendly, wishing to be a listening ear too. The Page of Wands is passionate about their desires, going on adventures, wanting to take me along as well. They want to see me smile more. They say I have a beautiful smile and I should show it to the world more. Ironically, the Page of Swords keeps to themselves, but loves to sit next to me, to read or observe what I am writing in my diary. I tell them it's a secret. My diary is a secret. The Page of Swords would scoff and say, I am acting like the High Priestess, keeping to myself instead of sharing parts of myself. Each of the pages are so honest and true to their calling, their element, their heart. I admire them. The Page of Pentacles, they are always building, wanting to be as stable as the King of Pentacles. They look up to the king very much. Looking back up at the sky, I felt the urge to do something I hadn't done since I was a kid. Many would find this to be immature of sorts, but part of the beauty of being a storyteller is creating, making something come to life. I could feel an energy roaring in my stomach, wanting to raise my hand and use my fingers to paint the clouds with the colors in my heart. At first, I felt discomfort, trying to create and use my abilities to add more colors to the sky. I felt my forehead becoming warm, feeling the energy center there glowing, bringing the colors to life. Pink, purple, blue, gold, silver, all the colors I could think of, plenty that I'm sure have the silliest of names. Purple Mountain Majesty, macaroni and cheese, tickle me pink, any and all, everything, everything. I felt myself wanting to fly high into the sky, forget the darkness growing all around me. I had felt the pressure growing in all my energy centers, growing in intensity, wanting more and more and more. My hand stopped as I saw someone standing in front of me. A familiar face, a familiar smile. I felt so embarrassed. I had allowed the magic to overcome me. I was catching my breath and mouthed sorry to them. Yes, it was the same storyteller from before. They shook their head, but didn't say a word. The fellow storyteller, still wearing the bandages around their neck, pointed to the starry blanket. I was confused at first, feeling my nerves get the best of me, but I realized they wanted to sit down too. I nodded, watching them smile again, sitting next to me. Proceeding to point at the sky, the storyteller looked at me, almost as if asking if they could paint as well. I couldn't help but smile, wanting to see what they would add on to my painted sky. Each of the colors they used, moving their hand in a similar motion as my own, brought even more depth to the colors already there. Something inside of me felt different. I felt both our energies synchronizing, resonating in a frequency I never knew I could feel. I could feel my heart lighting up. I couldn't stop smiling. The storyteller looked at me, down at my hand, moving theirs closer. Again. I nodded as they took my hand into theirs. I could feel the softness, testing the waters, feeling our energies together. Soon, the hold grew tighter as they used their free hand to paint a door right above us. The door was locked, but I then used my own magic to paint a key. The storyteller smirked, watching me work, watching me think of a solution for this door. What could be behind this door? I could feel the energy inside of me, escalating, intensifying, feeling it all over me, especially the heat growing from our hands, our skin. I couldn't find any words to fill the space. I could only continue to look up at the sky, but also feeling understood. I know it sounds bizarre, but the warmth of their hand with my own felt like coming home. It was too much. I was feeling too much. I felt I was about to float away, dance into the heavens, and never come back down. I felt their eyes on me, observing me more, making sure it wasn't too much. I couldn't help the words that came out of my mouth. I told them I felt like I've known them forever. I felt like I've known them all along, so close to my heart, my soul, my very being of existence, every part of me. They took hold of my other hand, bringing our hands together. The heat was almost too much for me, but it was almost as if the storyteller knew my limits. They seemed to know theirs really well, too. A small sapling began to grow in our hands, shared, glowing, full of life, love, wanting to exist more than anything. I could feel it. I could feel the intention. I could feel everything. My heart, my throat. I felt a calming, soothing feeling overtake me then. I couldn't help it. I couldn't stop myself from singing a song I had forgotten so long ago. A song so familiar, but had faded away like everything else, everyone else. This song I wanted to sing for so long. I stopped. The storyteller closed their eyes, listening to me, feeling the energy flowing through us. I felt the courage to ask, to finally quench my curiosity, to know more. More, please, more. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know if they feel everything I feel magnified within me, within us. I asked them without nervousness, without fear, without pretense, just my words, my voice, my intention. Would you like to create a story together? For the first time, diary, I heard them speak, and they said, "We've been creating stories this whole time. Always." Their voice was familiar, so familiar to my heart, to my soul. I don't understand, but I do know, I do feel, I know them. This whole time? Oh, diary. Oh, God. I'm starting to get another headache. I do promise to keep you updated. Thank you for being so dear to me. Thank you for still being here. The corruption continues to spread, but for a moment, a single moment, I felt like I had been healed. Love you, diary. Your friend, the storyteller.